Okay, this is an update on the repair of the HP67 programmable calculator. In the previous video I showed a bit overall what was the state of the calculator and focus on the voltage regulator, which is down here in this PCB, which usually it's called the PCB1, and I will update it with some knowledge I got from Jacques Laporte website, which is archive.hpcalc.org. I will put the link below in the comments. So basically, if we focus on the PCB1 down here, I said in the previous video that this is generating 3 voltages, but actually this is not accurate. In the case of the HP67, only 2 voltages are generated, while it's common that 3 voltages were generated in other calculators, like the XP35 and many other vintage calculators. Here it's only 2, and these 2 voltages are minus 12 and I think it's 6.25 volts. So I will show you where to measure these two. Here we have a diagram that I took from Jacques Laporte, French to judge by the name, or maybe Canadian. I will write here Jacques Laporte. So basically you have these two transistors. The transistor here, which it's called Q2 in the notes by Jacques Laporte, forms an oscillator. I think this continues down here. I think that Q2 forms an oscillator with this capacitor and this resistor with the winding of the toroidal transformer 1, 2. And then we have the Q3 here that outputs a 6.25 volts. So here there is one diode that will be useful because it's where we will be measuring. And here we have a Zener diode. Okay, so it's here where we get the VSS 6.25 volts, and here you have a filtering capacitor. I think it's 22 microfarad. Okay, but this doesn't matter. So we'll be measuring here, and we will also identify the two ground of the two transistors, and then we will also measure the VGG, which is the minus 12. So these are the two voltages that we get from this voltage regulator, 6.25 and minus 12 volts. Plus we can also check the battery voltage, which is 3.75. That's for NiCd, so nickel cadmium, although now we're using nickel MH, which generates the same voltage. Okay, so let's see. I was going to zoom directly with my fingers on the calculator. Okay, let's center it a bit. So I will use, I zoomed too much, something like that. Okay, so let's set it to 20 volts. It can also be useful to use the diode detector mode to see if some of the diodes or Zener diodes or transistors here are shorted. So that could be a source of problems. But the first I would do is to check the voltages. If the voltages were not right, according to the diagram, then we could go to check component by component. So I will put the black probe to the ground. And then you remember in the diagram I draw a diode and a Zener diode. So from there we get the 6.25. So those are these two. The one here is the Zener and the one below is the normal diode. So we check here. Oh, sorry. Calculator is not on, so we won't get any voltage. Okay. Now I turn on the calculator. So the small voltage you saw is probably because of the charge left in the capacitors. Let's see now. So we get 6.25, spot on. So the voltage VSS is perfect. And now let's check the voltage VGG. So to remind you, the VGG, it's after this diode that I will identify now, and it must be minus 12 volts. Okay, so the diode is this one, and the one below is the one that in one side is to the ground. So let's check it. That's correct. It gives 0.02. This is because ohm loses in the traces, but it's basically numerical ground. And here it's a minus 12. It gives minus 12.3, 0.4 almost. I think that's within the tolerance. I would say that does not explain the malfunction of this calculator. I don't know if someone has opinion about that. And then we'll also check the battery voltage. So in these pins here, it's the third one from the bottom, 3.64. So there's almost nickel cadmium at full charge. So it's just 0.06 below full charge. So that's okay. So I would say the voltage regulator is totally fine. I need to find the problem of the calculator somewhere else. Just a reminder, if you didn't see my previous video, the problem of this calculator is that it's giving all zeros all the time. So I'm suspecting that the problem comes from the LCD control unit. So in the next video we'll try to look at that to see if I find a fix. Thank you, bye.